Good morning, students. Today we are going to study an interesting topic, pollinations. Just I like to recall the previous class video. So we have studied three type of the reproductions. One is a vegetative reproductions, asexual reproductions, and sexual reproductions. So vegetative reproduction is always occur vegetative parts of the plants. The asexual reproductions always is occur the formation of the spores, and sexual reproduction is always occur pollinations and fertilizations. So there are two events are involved in the sexual reproductions. The first event is the pollinations. So today we are going to study about pollinations. So through this video we are going to study about pollinations, importance of the pollinations, type of the pollinations, self-pollinations otherwise called autogamy, advantages of the self-pollinations and disadvantages of the self-pollinations. What is the pollinations? So pollination is very simple transfer of the pollen grain the anther to stigma of the flower is called pollinations. The pollen grains transfer where from anther, where the anther is present in the stamen. Many stamens considered as androecium. The anther consists of many pollen grains. The pollen grains has to reach the stigma of the flower. That called is a pollinations. So there are very good two more questions. They may ask what is the pollinations. Pollination is nothing. The transfer of the pollen grains from anther to stigma of flower is called pollinations. So here the stigma, it's nothing. The gynoecium, it's a female parts of the plants. Gynoecium consists of three parts. One is ovary, stigma, style. The stigma always help the enter of the pollen grain to reach ovary. Pollen grains is considered as male parts of the flower. So during the pollinations, the male parts of the flower of pollen grains have to reach the stigma. What are the importance of the pollinations? There are many importance of the pollinations. So in our book they have given two. First one, the pollination result in fertilizations which leads to the formation of fruits and seeds. So look at this, the flower. So ovary, style, stigma, these three are considered as a pistil. It's a female parts of the flower, otherwise we call is a gynoecium. So this they call stamen. There are many stamens are present. Many stamens are called androecium. The stamen consists of the anther. The anther consists of the pollen grains. So here the pollen grains have to reach to the stigma. So that's the things we have studied pollinations. So after the reach of the stigma, the pollen grains germinate and reach to egg cell. The egg cell presents in ovary. So after the fertilizations, the ovary become fruits. The ovule develop into seeds. So because of the pollinations, these are the process of carried out. Pollinations result in fertilizations, which leads to the formation of fruits as well as seeds. So if fruits want to produce, or the formation of the fruits always carried by the process of fertilizations. Fertilizations always depend on the pollinations. If the pollination is take place in the flower only, the fertilization process may occur in the flower. So without pollinations, there won't be any fertilization in the flower. Another important of the pollinations. New varieties of plants are formed through new combinations of genes in case of cross pollinations. So further we are going to study, there are two types of the pollinations. One is called self-pollinations, another one is a cross pollinations. So when you compare with the cross pollinations, it is little advantage. Many new variety plants are produced because the two different character of gene comes together and produce the new fruits. So the fruits may have two good quality from two different type of the plants but same species. The new characters are present. So this maybe is one we can consider as these plants may have some of the good character. This may have some of the good characters. So when the pollination is take within two plants, the new plants or the new character plants or the new character fruits maybe is produce. Type of the pollinations. So there are two type of the pollinations are present. One is a self-pollinations, another one is a cross-pollinations. Self-pollinations, it means the self-pollinations, the reach of the pollen grains to the stigma within a flower or the different flower but the same plant. So here pollen grains are is present. So the middle of this the stigma is present. The pistil of the same flower collecting pollen. Here pollen comes loss from stamen. Stamen already I told that stamen consists of the filaments as well as the anther. Anther consists of pollen grains. So the pollen grains is released there. So it reach inside the same flower of the stigma. So this we consider as a self-pollinations. This pollen grain is not reach the different flower but the same species. The pollination happening within the flower, the same time different flower but the same plants. So cross pollinations, pollen grains. So it is carried by the honeybee. So it reaches to one flower to another flower. So when they reach to this type of the flower, so it carried some of the pollen grains, legs of honeybee. So pollen grain from the stamen stick to bee as it visit a flower to collect food material. So normally the honeybee want to collect the honey. That's why it reaches to the flower. So while they are collecting the food material, the pollen grain is attached in insects or in honeybee. So when you reach to another flower but the same species, what happen? The pollen grain it reach the stigma of the another flower but same species. So this we call is a cross pollinations. So these are the detail we are going to study through this lesson. So what do you mean by the self-pollinations? So self-pollinations we call autogamy. So there will be one more questions. Self-pollinations otherwise known as dash means it's nothing. Autogamy. Why we are called is autogamy? So that detail we are going to study now. Self-pollination is known as autogamy. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the same flower or another flower born on the same plants is known as self-pollinations. So here what happened? So it's a single flower. So this flower is considered as a bisexual flower. Why we call this a bisexual flower? Androecium and gynoecium are present within the flower. So this is we call as a androecium and the stamen. This all together we call as a androecium. So this is called as a gynoecium. The stigma, style, ovary are present. So the reach of the or the transfer of the pollen grains from here to here. So this we call is the self-pollinations. The same manner these pollen grain to reach the another flower but same plants, that also known as is a self-pollinations. Why they call like this means the character or is the same. So what are the character is presence? The same character maybe is presence in this because the both gynoecium and androecium are produced by the same flower. So that's the way we call is a autogamy. So once again I repeat, the transfer of the pollen grains from the anther to stigma of the same flower or another flower born on the same plants. So these are some of important technical word. If you change means the whole definitions will be wrong. So the transfer of the pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of same flower or another flower but same plants. So this we call is a self-pollinations. So there are many type of the plants go for a self-pollinations. So here only one example is given, hibiscus. Hibiscus it's one of the good example for the self-pollinations. What are the advantages of the self-pollinations? The first one, self-pollination is possible in certain bisexual flower. So here we should know what is bisexual flower. Bisexual flower means a male and female organ present within one flower. So we know that is a male organ is nothing. Pollen grains, a collective of the pollen grains are present inside the anther. Anther and filaments we are called is a stamen. A number of the stamen we call is a androecium. So that is a male gametes. They are produce the male gametes. So here this is one of the anther and filament, anther filament, anther filament. So this is a androecium. This is a considered as a male. So middle this the stigma is present. So style is there and ovary also inside in the flower. So male as well as female organ are present within one flower. that we call is a bisexual flower. So look at the here, it's also good example for a bisexual flower. This is a androecium stigma. So here inside the style is there, so ovary is present. So here we come to know that male organ are called as a androecium and female organ we call is a gynoecium presence within one flower. This we call is a bisexual flower. But some of the different type of the plants, they are capable of to produce the unisexual flower. So what do you mean by unisexual flower? The male and female organ presents within only one flower. Male organ presents one flower and female organ presents another flower. So it is a very good. Here the ovary is present, stigma is present, style is present. So in this flower only female organ presents. The other side, this flower considered as a male flower. Why we call this a male flower? And the presence here and filaments are present. This considered as a male, but there is no female organ here. Here there is no male organ here. That's the way both are is a different flower. So the plants able to produce the male flower as well as the female flower. So that's the way we call is a unisexual flower. Any one of the male or female presence in a flower that we call the unisexual flower. Very simple method, we can say male flower and female flower. Another advantages of the self-pollinations. Flowers do not depend on agent for pollinations. So when you take is a self-pollinations, they are no need depend on honeybee or depend on any insects or any birds to carry the pollen grains for the pollinations, because the flower itself they have the pollen grains. So when the flower it's ready for fertilization, easily the transfer of the pollen grains to reach the flower. That's the way no need to depend on the agents. So these are some of the agents, but during the self-pollination it is not necessary. No need to depend on for pollinations. So it is one of the advantages. So there are many disadvantages when the flower depend for agents. So here it is not depend. So another advantages of the self-pollinations, there is no wastage of pollen grains. Why the pollen grains not wasted? Because within the flower they will reach the flower of the stigma. So no need of the carried the agent for honeybee or some other wind birds. So because when they carried the pollen grains, we cannot expect that all may reach the stigma of the flower. So the flower necessary to produce more amount of the pollen grains. But if it is the self-pollinations means wastage of the pollen grains is a reduce. Only a little amount of the pollen grains enough for the self-pollinations. If it is the cross-pollinations means many pollen grains are necessary, because the agent may waste of the pollen grains. That's the way the plants necessary to produce more amount of the pollen grains. But here it is not like that, because within the flower the pollen grain is reached or close to the flower, but the same plant it reaches the stigma. That's the way wastage are avoided. Which wastage? The pollen grain wastage are avoided. So here some of the disadvantages also present. So even though there are many advantages present, but some of the disadvantages also present in the self pollinations. One is the self pollinations. The first disadvantage is the seeds are less in numbers. So normally the focus of the fertilization, they have to produce more amount of the seeds. The seeds have to produce the new plants. It's a purpose. The plants produce the fruits. So during the self-pollinations, it may not sufficient enough the seeds in the fruits, because the new characters, it's not sufficient, or that is there won't be any healthy character mingled together to produce the viable seeds. So look at this the picture, only a few seeds are present. A few seeds are there means a few plants may be germinated. So this is considered as one of the disadvantages of the cross pollinations. Another disadvantages of the self poll. So this is the disadvantages of the self pollinations. Disadvantages of self pollinations. The endosperm is minute. So we should know what do you mean by endosperm. So when you take the seeds, so we can take is one of the seeds. So the middle here is the embryo or embryonic stems and root are present. It means that it only grows a new plants. So here we call this a seed coat. Inside the seed coat, many nutrients tissues or nutrients portions are present, that we call is a endosperm. So here during the self pollinations, the endosperm is very minute, it's very little. So while the embryo is inside the seeds, they may not get a sufficient enough the nutrients, because the endosperm is minute. So that's one of the self pollinations. It's carried the endosperm in minute. So this is considered as a disadvantage. Why it considered as a disadvantage of the self pollinations? The minute endosperm seeds always produce the weaker plants. The plants is not a healthy plants, because inside that embryo it not get a proper nutrients before it germinate. So what will happen? We know that. So it always produce the weak plants. That's the way we consider as a disadvantage of the self pollinations. From here we should know that what is the endosperm. Endosperm is nothing. This area altogether we are called is a endosperm. So inside the embryo is a presence. So this is a seed coat. So during the self pollinations, the endosperm is a minute. So because of the endosperm in small, it produce the weaker plants. So this is another example. The same method, the endosperm, this is the endosperm, embryo is a presence. So this is a cotyledon, is nothing that. So we should know here only the endosperm. So during the self pollination means the endosperm is a very small. If it is small means the new plants in weak condition. It is not healthy plants. Another disadvantages of the self-pollinations. The new varieties of plants cannot be produced. Why? How? Disadvantages of self-pollinations. It is one of the important, because the pollen grains also have the same character, the same gynoecium also have the same characters. Their outcome of the offsprings may not have new characters. If same pollen grains character and the same gynoecium having the same character as the pollen grain characters, so there won't be new characters comes out while it produce the new plants. So it very simple method. New varieties of plants cannot be produced. So this is considered as one of the disadvantage of the self-pollinations. So today we have studied what is the pollinations, importance of the pollinations, type of the pollinations. There are two type of the pollination is there. One is a self-pollinations, another one is a cross-pollinations. Then we have studied the self-pollinations and advantages of the self-pollinations and disadvantages of the self-pollinations. So study questions. So from this video we should know that what is the self-pollinations and mention the advantages and disadvantages of the self-pollinations. Otherwise merit and demerits of the self-pollinations. So we have studied some of the points about the advantages of the self-pollinations as well as the disadvantages of the self-pollinations. So there may be some other 2 more questions may ask, what are the importance of the pollinations? So that also we have to study. Thank you.